Before I work out these questions, I want to talk about something else. You may have learned this before. It's called difference of two squares. So basically, if I have a plus b multiplied by a minus b, what that gives me is a squared minus b squared. So which means that if I have a plus square root of b multiplied by a minus square root of b, that will give me a squared minus square root of b squared, which will give me a squared minus b. So this is very, very important. I'm going to use this idea to rationalize these fractions. So basically what I'm saying here is if you have a plus square root of b multiplied by a minus square root of b, that will give me a squared minus b. Okay, so let's go back to this question. They're asking us to rationalize this denominator, which means that what they're asking us to do is to write these fractions without the square root sign in the denominator. The trick is just multiply both the numerator and denominator by the same denominator, 6, but instead of writing a plus, change the sign between the two terms. So 6 minus root 11. So same thing here, 6 minus root 11. Okay, now this particular side that we have here, that is the same as 6 plus root 11 with the sign in between changed. It has a special name, it's called a conjugate. Okay, so basically what you're doing here is you're multiplying both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the side in the bottom line. Okay, anyway, back to the question. So we'll multiply both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of 6 plus root 11. Now the next step will be just simplifying it. So numerator will have 2 into 6 minus root 11. Denominator will have 6 plus root 11. 6 minus root 11. Now, if you look at this particular denominator and that, it's almost the same thing. Our a is 6, our b is 11. So basically, and we say that if you have those two multiplied together, you end up with a squared minus b squared. So in our case here, let's start with the numerator. We have to simplify the numerator, which means you have to multiply this by that and that by that. So what we'll end up with here is 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, minus 2 multiplied by 11 is 2 root 11, over. Now the denominator will just have 6 squared minus square root of 11 squared, which means we'll have 12 minus 2 root 11 over 36 minus 11. Remember, 11 is our b. I was just adding an extra step to show you what's happening. So what we'll end up with is 12 minus square root of 11 over 25. And that's it. So let's look at b and see how we can apply the same method. So in b, we're going to multiply both numerator and denominator by the conjugate of 7 minus root 3. So 7 plus root 3. Remember, it's the same thing, but you just change the sign between the two terms. So 7 plus root 3. So what we'll end up with is 5 multiplied by 7 and 5 multiplied that. So 5 multiplied by 7 is 35 plus 5 multiplied by root 3 is 5 root 3 over, in the bottom line, what you're going to do is square 7 minus square of root 3. So what you end up is 35 plus 5 root 3 over 49 minus 3, which will be 35 plus 5 root 3 over 46. And that's it.